There's only a month left until 2025 ends, which means it's time to start planning the next one. This time I've chosen one of my favorite topics, space. Hi everyone! In this video I'm experimenting with voiceovers, so be sure to let me know if you enjoyed hearing not only sounds of journaling, but also my thoughts. A year-long bullet journal setup is my favorite type of video, because what could be better than starting a new chapter in life? Of my many new notebooks, I chose the beige one with gold designs. I bought it on AliExpress. The link is in description. The notebook cover is already decorated. All I have to do is write my name. I'm using my favorite Ohuhu liners. One 0.5 for writing and a thicker number 1 for outline. It's so nice to flip through a new notebook and imagine what you could feel in. I take out the most essential things from my pencil case: an eraser, tape, scissors, and my new pastel markers. So for this space theme, I took my scrapbooking paper sets. I also took a set of paper and stickers that I bought on my trip to England. I really like this diverse set. It has theme paper, colorful cardstock, and pages with the different sparkling stickers. I love using various washi tapes, and a long time ago I ordered this stellar set from AliExpress. The washi tape with the printed writing is my must-have. My main assistant in any journal design is a mini thermal printer. The Phomemo M02 Pro is my favorite. I choose transparent sticker paper for it. I think a mini thermal printer is the most useful gadget for journaling. It makes things so much easier and saves a ton of time. I open the Phomemo app and begin preparing for printing. I've already prepared all the materials for today's spreads. Spent a lot of time creating the table of contents, collecting calendars and stickers. In Photoshop I entered the various names I need, choosing suitable fonts. This particular font is called Space Game. It's perfect for the space theme, don't you think? This time I made a lot of templates with text, numbers and subheadings. I hope I can do what I envisioned. I found the calendars on the website that offers free ready-made templates. You can also search for free versions that you like. I saved the calendars so I could easily print them on this mini printer. The columns consist of 3 months. This makes it much faster to print all 12 months of the year, and it's also convenient to glue them into rows. I found pictures of cute astronauts on Pinterest. There's a huge variety, so it was hard to choose. Made them black and white specifically for printing. In the app, I'll be combining several images, cropping and joining them to save paper space. I'll be printing a lot of this spaceman, so I need to conserve paper. By the time I've printed several stickers, I didn't even notice how long my printer had been running. It had run out of battery power and never finished printing the image. It's a good thing I have several Phomemo printers. Took his twin brother, a P2S printer. I removed the paper from the previous one and installed it on this printer. We can continue printing stickers without any problems. When everything is ready, I can cut the tape and turn off my little helper. The black and white stickers turn out really cool. And here I'm showing how long the roll turned out to be. Now I understand why my printer ran out of battery. Now all these pictures with text and calendars need to be separated with scissors. Since there's many spreads for annual planning, a lot of finished material has been created. The first spread is a cover page with the year 2026 written on it. I had the idea of actually making a hole in the page, as if it were a real portal in the space. To do this, I cut a slit in the paper with scissors and then simply stretched the hole randomly. I folded all the torn edges together to glue them together later. For the space background, I chose this printed cardboard. Love the combination of dark purple and pink. I select a piece of paper exactly the right side for the hole and cut it. I'll be gluing it in place with a regular double-sided tape. It holds such thicker paper well. I'll be covering up the torn pieces of the paper on the second page with my favorite roller glue tape. It's great for small pieces. I'll tear off any pieces that don't fit the paper. After I had glued everything down, thought it would look better if I used a liner to outline the edges and cracks of the torn paper. To add depth to this picture, I used a grey marker. Of all spacemen I printed, I had to choose the most suitable ones for the 2026 cover. Using the remaining sheet of the space paper, I decided it would be best to also make space corners on the second page of the spread. So I cut off the corners to avoid having to do it later and glued them to the paper. I'll be cutting the astronaut stickers along the outline to make them look more like stickers. I've pasted the man on the rocket, so it looks like he just flew out of that hole in space. The year 2026 should be the largest font, of course, and underneath it, my favorite phrases to describe this year. This time I thought of writing 2026, shine as bright as a star. I like to tear the tape in half by hand. It looks much better than gluing a whole white piece. And finally, the year cover is ready, we can move on. I will simply call this spread calendars. It's the same as year at glance, but I just called it one word. I've arranged all the months so it's easy to glue 3 calendars at once in columns. This method saved me a lot of time. I printed great translucent year number and glued the title over them. I really liked the look. What do you think? I cut all the numbers separately and glued them next to each month in order. Before, I would print all 12 calendars separately and cut and glue each one separately. Glued the same sheet of space paper to the edges of the pages on the smaller pieces. Also outline all the calendars with a liner, making a rectangular frame out of them. I use washi tape with the writing print, decorate the page ends, and cut out astronaut stickers. For this spread, I chose a man hanging on a star-shaped ball and one sitting on a planet. Also put a sign saying "Don't forget," and later I'll use one acrylic marker to underline all the important dates this year so I don't forget them. By the way, I hadn't used the star washi tape from the set yet, so I took some to try and come up with something. I chose 4 of the tiniest ones. Tore the tape with the stars in half lengthwise and used them to make such lines. Also glued a piece of washi tape with golden planets and made additional lines with a liner in the rectangle. The third spread, one of the most important ones, is the goals for 2026. For these pages I chose space themes, theme paper from an English scrapbooking set. Found the small stickers with the phrase and chose a cardboard card with an image of a girl. It would fit perfectly with the theme of the goals for the year. As usual, I tear off the pages with the space print by hand. Again, I like the effect of the rough, sloppy edges of the paper. Glued the card using double-sided tape. In the center of the second page was placed the goal and the year sticker. I outlined each line with a gray marker for the separate inscription. I specifically made many lines to motivate myself to achieve more goals in this year. On each line, I drew a smaller square using figured ruler. By the way, rulers like this are also a must-have for journaling. I decorate the pages with the usual washi tape, matching the style of all spreads. I also make the rectangle frame around the goals with a liner and ruler. Chose 2 stickers, an astronaut in an envelope and a simple space rocket. Overall, I spent about 3 hours making these several spreads. It was already dark outside, and I continued working the next day. The new pages will be about my favorite TV series, films and books from this year. I tore off the space-style paper and glued it to the edges of the pages. Added a table of contents for the year and, of course, decorated everything with washi tapes. Don't know about you, but I especially love this page in the bullet journal. At the end of the year, you choose your favorite TV series, print out their covers and glue them to the spread, thus collecting all the good memories. Then you can open them and remember what inspired you most this year. And TV series are my greatest love for spending free time. I decided to add a few stickers to this page. The stars turn out to be just right. YouTube spread is waiting on the blank pages. I also made a similar heading at the beginning of the last year's bullet journal, and it turned out to be a useful statistic tool for me. One page will have 2 columns, this channel and my lifestyle channel, 12 months and a brief summary, how many subscribers and views I had this month. The other page will feature my top videos of the year. I hope with your help my channel will grow much better than it had this year. I've been trying to maintain a more or less healthy lifestyle for over 4 years now, and walking is one of my main physical activities. Every month I create a daily step tracker to track my physical activity. It's convenient to create an annual step tracker, where one line represents an entire month. This way I can keep track of which month are my best for walking outside. I made a table and didn't even notice how I'd entered the number of steps incorrectly. In this situation, there's no way to cover up the mistake. So I decided to take some black paper and cut out a rectangle with the right size. I taped it over it and marked the correct numbers in the row with a white pen. It turned out even better that way. I usually walk an average 250/300,000 steps. But my record was 352,000 steps. So I wrote down the maximum number as 350. But who knows, maybe this year I'll break my own record and walk even more. Having decorated the spread in the style of the previous pages, I chose suitable stickers of astronauts. One with an idea and another hanging on the moon. I made a frame, covered it with washi tape, and it was ready. There's only 2 spreads left to do. On the left side of the page, there will be a heading Health. I didn't know what to call it, so I'll just use one word. I think this page is for keeping track of my health throughout the year. The subheading is Workouts. I've been doing home exercises for quite a while now. I have a monthly workout tracker, and here I will compile statistics for the entire year. Besides my workouts, I can also record my body measurements and weight here, so I can track changes in my body. I chose astronaut stickers that corresponds to my sport activities. On the right page, there's a heading called Year in Pixels. This is the same as highlights of the year, where one photo is chosen for each month to symbolize it. I think the title Year in Pixels really captures the theme of the spread. To better understand the content of the following pages, I used sets of the black frames. I chose the most suitable ones, glued them to paper, and then placed astronaut stickers on top. An astronaut with the camera perfectly symbolized the theme of this header. Small stickers from a scrapbook would also be a great addition to these pages. And finally, the last spread. Here I will glue the space paper around the edges of the page, choose 2 suitable stickers and finish everything off with some tape. After 3.5 hours of work, my 2026 bullet journal setup is ready. I will say it was a lot of work, but it was worth it. The result was even better than I expected. That's what it means to decorate a journal with your favorite theme. I'm glad I was able to introduce new spreads with other trackers in this notebook. I hope by the end of this year, this entire bullet journal will be filled with great ideas. Also, don't forget to let me know if you liked how I voiced my thoughts throughout the video. There's still a lot of interesting stuff to come on my channel. My favorite videos, flip through my 2025 bullet journals, will also be coming soon. So subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.